Okay. All right, we are resuming the meeting of the village board at 7:54. We stopped in order to address the technical difficulties. We apologize for that inconvenience. What I wanted to do was to recognize the members of the public who wanted to be heard. And I believe, Kate, you have your hand up. If you can come off mute and give your name and address. Let's see, we're not frozen.
Hi there. It's Kate Cooper, 3922 North Maryland. I just have two questions to back up briefly about the streetlights. The first of which is, so I don't know, southeast quadrant maybe, and we haven't had streetlights for like 10 days at least. Um, is fixing them in the works?
Yes, we believe we did have an update from the village manager. It's the freeze thaw weather pattern creates shorts, and so there are some really widespread outages. Manager Ewald, I don't know if we have any updates.
I don't have any further update from last Friday, which is that the staff is trying to troubleshoot as they can.
Okay, got it. I figured that's probably hard to figure out. Um, the second is I don't know. There's a street light on, I want to say the corner of Downer and Marion that is unlike other street lights, and I'm just hoping it's not a prototype of what we'll be getting when they're replaced, because it's like insanely bright. Um, has there been like a type a street light chosen for the village? And please tell me that that's not it.
I can tackle. This is Trustee Kudo. There has been one selected. That is not where it was placed.
Okay.
The light that was selected and the placement of that light is the southernmost street light in the village center / library / village hall parking lot. So you're able to go take a look at it anytime you'd like, probably at night.
Okay.
But that's, to my knowledge, the only street light that is reflective of all of the street lights that we're getting. With that said, all the street lights that we're getting, my understanding is that they are all dimmable.
Okay.
If when they're placed, they are too bright or we need to make adjustments, those adjustments can be made.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
I can add something to that as well, because I was on the conservation committee when we looked at this, and we made recommendations to the board to use streetlights that would comply with what's called the dark sky standards to help minimize the light coming into people's homes and keeping them up at night. And they're also better for wildlife. So it's something that DPW staff took a lot of time to look at and try to make sure that they're going to be, not the kind of lights that keep people up all night.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And finally, I would just say, if you want to take a picture of that and send an email, we can, certainly Public Works can provide more information.
I mean, I was just driving past it one night and I was like, it's a very unique design. And, I've got the old, like, kind of concrete one in front of my house. And I thought, oh my God, I don't want that shining in my bedroom window if that's the choice. So I don't really need any more information knowing that it won't be that one.
Okay.
All
Great.
right.
Anything else
Thanks.
this evening?
Nope. Not
Okay.
yet.
Thank you for attending. Okay, so back to our agenda. I think we're at reports of village officials. Or are we at closed session? Okay. Is there anything under? I don't think I have anything. yeah, I don't have anything to report except for Happy New Year to everyone. Village trustees? Any committee updates or liaison? Mhm. Yes,
I
trustee
think
Sophie?
that Wednesday is the last day for anyone that wants to submit feedback about the bike and pedestrian safety plan. That's January 8th, I believe. And I did want to say that I had gotten a complaint about communication, and I'm wondering if we could somehow look at communication with Public Works about the leaves. It seems like there's a lot of people that weren't aware of the deadline or not being able to put bags out anymore. And I spoke with someone who was a lawn service that was putting their leaves in the parkway. And I said, you know, those aren't supposed to be in the parkway. They're supposed to be, I mean, they're putting them in the gutter. And I said, they aren't supposed to be there. They said, yes, they are. And they looked around, they're all in the gutter. And so I called the landscape company, and the gentleman who returned my call said, you know, I looked at your website and you're right, but it's really not very well. It's really hidden. And so I just think, you know, there seems to be a little bit of a communication issue that we should look at trying to improve. And one of them is where to put leaves in the street. I honestly think it would be worth trying to contact with the major lawn services. There's only like 5.
Mhm.
And this guy's going to change their plan for every home that is in Shorewood. But also the problems with these yard waste bags sitting out, besides people being unaware of the date, I just wonder if, you know, the leaves were on the trees so much longer because it was so warm. I know we have an ordinance with a date in it, but I'm wondering if we need to look at something that's more flexible.
Climate change, right? Well,
Ben, I'm
I
sure would be a
won-
great resource. Ben Habanik would know
Mhm.
because he's been here.
so Manager Ewald, is that enough note to follow up on in terms of just getting, or should trustee Brand write
can do
an
an
email?
email.
Sure.
With the
Is this is this a Public Works Committee item for future items of consideration?
Or it could just be operation. I can do it first in an email to you and Leanne, and then you can, if you decide it needs to be take it to the
Policy,
next
right?
level, you
Mhm.
can tell me and then I'll.
Sure. That'd be great. Thank you.
Great. Other reports, trustee McGovern?
Yeah, we got an email back from Representative Darren Madison's office just before Christmas, or no, just about a week ago, actually, reporting on Representative Madison's meeting with Governor Evers. We had gotten the ICC resolution requesting additional funding for replacing lead laterals and water mains to his office in time to bring it up directly with the governor. You know, there was not any commitment made, but it's just part of the process that, you know, that resolution was gotten to him on time. That, you know, comes from all the governments in Milwaukee County. So the next step is to wait and see what's in his proposal. And at that point, we'll either be trying to, you know, speak in support of the proposal or to try to strengthen it to get additional funding in there.
Thank you so much. Trustee Kudo?
I have a question regarding that proposal and others. Is that something that lobbyists with the league? I mean, does it, so when, if it comes through the 19 municipalities in the county, and it's through the ICC, and then, you know, certainly Representative Madison can help carry that weight in Madison. But do we have any standing with the league? Are there lobbyists that are working on this issue at that level? I mean, I'm just thinking
There
of
are,
the
yeah,
levers of government in Madison.
there are 30 advocacy groups in the state of Wisconsin that are in support of this issue as well. And
What groups did you say?
30 advocacy or
Oh.
lobby groups. And so, and the league has held hearings on this issue across in different parts of Wisconsin. So we can certainly, I could make a request for Manager Ewald to reach out to the league to find out exactly what they're prepared to do or have been doing and bring it back to the,
Do we know if they are one of the 30 groups that are lobbying?
we do
favor?
not know. So we did not receive a list of those 30 groups. So that could be requested from Mr. It's Jordan from the city.
Jordan Permacow,
Yes.
lobbyist from Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, it's one of those where sometimes the league
Mm-hmm.
has a reach that
I appreciate
Milwaukee
that.
County doesn't have.
Yeah, we should definitely just bring back that information. It could be in a Friday update. So thanks for your question. Any other reports?
Just quick updates from community and business relations today. We had two discussions, one around having further discussions with DPW, fire and police regarding closure of at least Morris Boulevard, potentially others for trick or treating in 2025. That moved forward unanimously. So we're going to have a longer discussion in committee with those three entities, potentially starting with Morris as a pilot project in 25 and then moving on from there. But this is still in its infancy as a discussion. And so we are just exploring some options. That would be number one. Number two, Trustee Arndorfer sent an email to everyone and has made a request in the past to look at potential options for the DPW site as it relates to redevelopment for housing. Really it's just sort of we don't know what we don't know with regards to what we can do on that site. So how big is the land? How many lots could it support? What would be the tax value of those lots as individual lots, or what would be the tax value of those lots as one large lot for housing? And so just trying to get a clearer picture of what options we have on the DPW site. This is not to say that we are supporting one or any of them. Just more information is more information and will help us determine what we need to do in the long run. Manager Ewald believes that this is something that we can tack on to the current study. So this wouldn't necessarily have to be something brand new. And this would run parallel to everything that we're working on now. So it wouldn't slow down or gum up any of our operations. But it was something that we all agreed upon. As I said, it passed unanimously. So we hope to have some ideas and a timeline and perhaps some costs next time we meet at Community and Business Relations. Obviously, everyone is welcome to join us, but we'll be taking a look at those and hopefully making decisions in the near future. And then there's the library board meeting on Wednesday. Everyone should go because the library is awesome.
Wonderful.
Just have one thing. For things like that, it would be really helpful if we could have consecutive meetings instead of concurrent meetings.
Noted. All right, village manager.
On behalf of Director Griepentrag, who's unavailable to be here tonight, he wanted to provide you with the communication plan for the demonstration activities for the Safe Streets for All. So included within the packet is that outline, as always, subject to revision based upon everyone within the scope of the project actually keeping on schedule.
Wonderful, thank you. With that, I believe, are there any future items consideration? Oh, there aren't any listed, so. Moving on to closed session, is there a motion to go into closed session?
Need to find-
Trustee Stokbrand?
I move that the village board adjourn into closed session pursuant to 19.851E to discuss negotiating strategy for the police union agreement.
Second.
All right, this will be a roll call vote.
Trustee McGovern.
Aye.
Trustee Stokbrand.
Aye.
Trustee Kudo. President McCaig.
Yes.
Trustee Arndorfer.
Aye.
Motion carried 5-0.
For those who are joining us virtually, we're going to be leaving this meeting at this time to adjourn into closed session.
And we won't be taking, oh, we could take action. Okay,
Correct, at the conclusion.
all right. Okay, at this time, I'd like to take a motion regarding the police union agreement. Trustee
move-
Stokbrand?
I move to approve the police union agreement for 2025, 2026.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to
So
adjourn.
moved.
I'll second.
Oh, who is the first?
McGovern, followed by Kudo. Any objections? Hearing none, we stand adjourned at 8:17 PM. Thank you, everyone.